Hi, I'm Abby, 27F, and Jamil was 7 when she passed away. I know this sounds poetic, but everything I share about Jamil is precisely how I feel about her up till this day. I was 19 years old when my uncle, who had a Maltipoo, gave me a puppy for my 19th birthday. Although it was a late birthday gift, I was not really a lover of pets until I met Jamil. She came in one of those cute boxes, and the moment I saw her, my heart melted. My uncle gave me the honor of naming her, and I called her Jamil out of first instinct. Within a couple of days, Jamil and I became best friends, and since she was still a puppy, I was tasked with taking care of her and treating her like the queen she was. I don't know the magical powers our pets have on us because Jamil changed me from someone who wasn't interested in pets to someone who couldn't go to bed without cuddling her. She grew on me, and we became inseparable. I remember her first birthday. I wanted to do something special for her, so I made her a cake, but she ended up knocking down the cake, which I was going to eat on her behalf. Lol. I loved Jamil so much. I really did. She was my happiness and my companion on really lonely days. She didn't only help with my loneliness, but she helped me with my depression. Not to sound petty, but Jamil was a better friend than many humans I had met. Every time I returned home from school or work, she would jump up once she heard my voice, and seeing her wag her tail with so much happiness always reminded me that I was loved. Her super sensors always knew when I was sad, and she would cheer me up with sniffs, licks, and cuddles. Honestly, I never had anyone love me like Jamil loved me. People are so used to saying, "I love you," but they never really mean it. Jamil was the only one who understood me, and she never judged me. Every time she looked at me, all I saw was pure love. She had reassurance in her eyes that she would always be there no matter what I was going through, and she stayed true to it. It was funny, but Jamil was the laziest dog I had ever met. Aside from eating, following me around, playing with her toys, and going for our luxury walks, she didn't want to do anything else. We literally had to fight every time she was due for a bath. The moment she'd see me grab her soap and some bath stuff, she'd disappear, and I'd have to find her and literally drag her to have a bath. She hated firecrackers, too, and she always made a show. Hearing the sounds of firecrackers and seeing the sky light up would literally turn her into a scared, shaky cat. Going to the vet shop was another nightmare for her, too. I don't know if she always saw a Grim Reaper there because she's always acted like she was about to jump out of her skin. Like a good mom, I always did my best to comfort her and stay by her side every time we visited the vet shop. Above all, she was obedient, lovely, funny, and had the most beautiful, innocent brown eyes. One day we were getting ready to go on one of our luxury walks, and out of excitement, she ran into the street and was hit by a speeding car. Everything happened so fast, and before I could wrap my head around what had happened, she was shaking and bleeding from her mouth. I still remember that look of pain in her eyes, and I still can't get it out of my head. She was in so much pain when she died, and she had a swollen stomach, my God. We buried her that evening, and I cried for 2 whole weeks before I could get myself together. Everything felt like a dream. One minute she was there, and the next minute she was gone. People say it's not my fault that she got run over, but I feel like it is. I'm such a terrible mom. If I was watching her and I wasn't on the phone, she wouldn't have died. I feel like I betrayed her and killed the only one who was there in my life when no one else cared about me. It's been a year now since she passed, and I still feel her presence around the house, and no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to move on. I loved her so much, and I still do, and I hope she can forgive me. I know she has crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and if there's an afterlife, I hope we meet again. I still have her collars, her toys, and her blanket. I don't know if it's healthy to keep them, but it's the least I can do to feel less guilty. Last Christmas was really tough and lonely for me. It brought back so many memories. The sound of firecrackers reminded me of her, and I didn't even know when I started crying. If she were alive, I know she would want me to be strong in a time like this, but it's just so hard to live life without the one who was always beside me for 7 whole years. I still feel so empty and have lost interest in many things. My siblings have been very supportive, and I know I owe it to them to move on. Anyway, I'll keep trying, but I'll never forget her, and she'll always have a place in my heart. Rest on, best friend.